Drop out. Be king. Get free or die. Heavy is the head to wear the crown. Okay, family, very important video tonight. We gonna show the foods that was introduced from the Africa to the New World. Okay, that's what we gonna do tonight. So make sure you like the video, thumb up the video, subscribe to the channel right here on King Job Power, and don't forget to go over there to the throne. The throne right now is on fire, and y'all need to go over there and subscribe to that channel right now. Okay? And so in this video tonight, I got I think it's about 35 slides. It's about the same as the one last night. But this one right here got 3 videos in it. You see what I'm saying? So make sure you watch the whole video to the end. Okay? And so we gonna prove to these copper goofies, okay, they slavery fake and all of that, and you know, where the slave ships, you see the fakery or whatnot that they come with. We gonna bust that in the head tonight. And so I'm not going to take up too much time because I want to go ahead and jump right into the lecture. Okay, so make sure you like this video right here. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell, okay, so you can get the videos as they coming out. Okay, so let me go and jump right into it. Again, we doing African foods, okay, and spices that was introduced into the New World, the Americas or whatnot. And that's going to debunk, you know, because how the damn African food's going to get over here if the Africans never came to America. So in other words, we debunking these goofies, banging on, you know, the feathers and fezzes and all kind of other shit. We banging on them tonight, and we going to make sure, you know, we show fact. So let me get into it. Y'all like the video.
Considerable length of time. I think what Columbus did was introduce them to old worlds, and in the process create one new one. And the exchange of plants and animals that took place altered the way people ate. And that changed everything on the planet. What our series does is look at those changes and how they continue to affect our lives every day in ways you wouldn't imagine. West Africa and the Atlantic islands off the coast of Africa were the staging areas for Europe's voyages of discovery. They used the Canary Islands and Madeira to test the plantation system and the use of slave labor. When Christopher Columbus planted the first sugar cane in the Mediterranean, he also planted the idea of an enslaved labor force, a labor force that came almost exclusively from Africa.
I believe that a lot of what happened because one of the things that we don't realize is that the slave traders really did understand, however peculiar that may sound, African cultures, and certainly the cultures of West Africa, in ways that we do not today. I mean, and if you read the logs, you realize that they knew that people from this region ate yams, and they would not eat corn mush or rice or other things, even on the voyage. And other people ate rice, and they knew what those civilizations and cultures were. So
Considerable length of time.
And so you see it right there. You see the Africans came from many different regions, which what I'm going to talk about. But see, when they come from many different regions, mean they eat many different foods. Also have many different languages and cultural customs. You see what I'm saying? So the African Americans ain't just from one area. They'll say West Africa like it's just one little corner. You see what I'm saying? Like Maine or something. You see what I'm saying? They make it seem so small. So African Americans come from all over Africa. Okay? And it's the proof in the food. Okay? Because not only do we have, you know, West African foods here, we also have East African foods in America that was bought here. So that shows the cultural traits of the people that was born to America. So black Americans ain't no damn aborigines or no damn Indians, okay? There's no way you can be that. How you got the foods from Africa, okay? Which I'm going to get into. Now, I got the other part of that video, but y'all got to hold on before I play it, okay? So, right here, I want to start right here. Y'all make sure y'all thumb up this video. 6 foods that was brought to America to help keep African culture alive. Coffee, 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 coffee. Let's see. Folgers, Maxwell House. Y'all owe black people some money. Okay? Y'all owe black people some money. Period. Yams. Black people out there. Some of y'all, not everybody. I swear you ain't African in the morning. These Negroes will go crazy if they ain't got them a cup of coffee and a piece of sweet potato pie. Don't lie. Don't sit up here and lie. So if you don't like Africa, okay, give me the tires off your car. You see what I'm saying? You know, all the shit you be eating, you know, on Thanksgiving and all of that, all of those dishes are African. Okay? Yams, black eyed peas, okra, watermelon, which we talked about on the origins of Africans versus the Africans. Make sure you go over there and watch that video, because this is the perfect video for this type, you know, of people that think this way. Okay, like the video. Let's go. So let me read this part. Yeah, this is a very important part right here. So not only did they bring, you know, watermelon, they also brought, you know, the cola nut. Now, you learn something every day. Now, I just learned this my damn self, and I'm like, wow. You see what I'm saying? Somebody owe African people, not FBA, not ADOS, not Aborigines, okay? Owe black people some money, African people some money. One of the things that the Africans brought to America was the cola nut, one of the main parts of Coca-Cola. Now, I just learned this shit 2 minutes ago. I say, no, I got to bring this to the family. Plus, you remember, I think when we was talking about, we did the video on the origins of Mardi Gras or whatever that was. You see what I'm saying? Which that fake shit coming up again in a little bit. So, you know, we going to have to do another Mardi Gras video. You see what I'm saying? See these goofy Negroes down there dressed like some turkeys and some peacocks or whatnot. Word up, yo. Make sure y'all go to the throne, too. Okay? Because I'm about to go over there as soon as this video over with. Now, so Coca-Cola owe African people some money. African-American people some money. Now, the United States, to what is now the United States, from West Africa, chewed the nut for its caffeine. Enslaved Africans also bought watermelon, okra, yams, black-eyed peas, and also some peppers. These foods are commonly eaten in the U.S. today. So without the Africans, I mean, what are you eating? Okay, now, because we got a little bit to read on this, and I want to get the most of it, okay, before because I'm going to go back to that other part of that video, and it's a whole nother video I'm going to show in a little bit, which I don't want to spoil it. I'm going to show you we know who we are from birth. Okay? We know who we are from birth. You know, we only get that racist way of psychological thinking. We taught that. Okay? We taught that through the American system and shit, and y'all religion and all of that. We was taught all that. We born African, and we automatically are African coming out the black woman's womb, which I'm going to prove in a little bit. And so, you know, some of these diets today, you know, are very healthy diets. Like they say what they calling it, the health food, you know, store, and, you know, the health foods or whatnot. That's African diets. You see what I'm saying? That's African diets. Today, Africans still not big on eating a lot of meat. Yes, they eat it when they, you know, can get it or when they want it. You see what I'm saying? But the diet comprised of a lot of starch and carbs. Okay, your carbohydrates, which improve muscle function. Okay, which improves. That's why, you know, the Africans and the Jamaicans, they be wanting to ban them from the Olympics. You see what I'm saying? They tried to make them eat American diet so they can race in the Olympics, because some of the foods that's in Africa are so healthy to the body that you know, it's almost like a steroid. It's almost like a natural steroid. You see what I'm saying? Where your body is functioning. You know, your medicine is your food. Spirulina. Y'all got to go get some of them. You see? So let me read this. The remembrance of the victims of slavery and in the transatlantic slave trade. I presented a menu that just showed how much eating habits of African slaves influenced the food cultures of the U.S. in general. Okay, the ingredient recipes came from Africa during the transatlantic slave trade. I served 5 dishes that were inspired by a tragic moment of history, slavery. One of the dishes are called rice pudding, by the Haitians, but the native country of from the native country of Senegal. We call it sambo. You see what I'm saying? It's a dessert, but occasion I prepare it with a twist and roast mango and honey to it. If you go to New Orleans, you will find many of the dishes originated from Africa. Okay? From Africa. Okay? Such as roasted cassava, gumbo, what's the ackee? You see what I'm saying? Ackee, just to name a few. Okay? So, rice pudding is symbolic. So, I chose many to acknowledge Africa's contribution to the America's cuisine. Okay? Okay? So, then I want to keep going because it's some more. You see what I'm saying? Now, I literally was doing the research of the eating habits of the origin Senegal, and I started out as a professional cook towards the end of the 1990s. I worked in a restaurant, Italian restaurant, at various French bourgeois, but forever one African one. You see what I'm saying? It was in New York where African foods and cultures from all over the world represented when I asked myself, why do we not research foods in the country's origins? It is also through the research that presented Senegal that I learned a lot of the women from my family and others general because they are the true custodians of the secrets of the African cuisine. I started to talk and write my first book about the African cuisine in America. So obviously, this right here is a chef speaking on the origins of the foods that we eat in America. You see what I'm saying? Y'all ain't did this research yet. Hold on. So, in the National Museum, these goofies out here talk about they want somebody to excuse me. Somebody to build them a museum and they done got stuck for $2 million. Well, African people in America already got a museum. Okay? What y'all's gonna put in there? Some fake art that somebody done made up from down the street. Okay? In the National Museum of African American History and Culture, opening up in Washington, D.C. on Saturday, nearly 37,000 objects will go on display in the collection of range from clothing, communities, segregation, slavery, together as a tapestry of suffering, triumphs, and traditions. Okay? And some of these artifacts, like oyster baskets used by African American oystermen and a large stock pot that was once cooking collard greens. Okay? So when y'all going out there on Sunday and grandma got them pot of collard greens, ask her, did she get it from the Indians? Okay? No, baby, we been had this from a long time ago. You see what I'm saying? See, we can show you the African influence on the foods in the New World, because I keep saying the New World because it ain't just America. It's Brazil, Jamaica, every damn where. Okay? Everywhere we are, we created the food. Most of these people ain't even cooked their food. They ate their food raw. Okay? Until they met an African. Period. Some of these artifacts, okay, yeah. So, was oystermen in a stock pot once cooking for collard greens. D.C. Frank Florida Avenue Grill would be a part of the exhibit of the African American foodways, 3 distinct regions, and agricultural South, Creole coast. So the foods we call in Creole, the people we call in Creole are African. Period. Okay? The museum's restaurant, this is in the restaurant in the museum up there in Washington. Basically, this guy is telling about how, indeed, many fruits, vegetables, lingals, which is, I think, yams and shit, we know now, granted, came to the United States from Africa. Okay? 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 Who so they saying they Indians, what the hell was y'all eating? Okay? Jambalaya is a African, jambalaya is an American Creole Cajun dish of French and African and Spanish influence. African. So even when you talk about African foods, I mean you got, they take a big pot and put a bunch of vegetables, little meat in there so they can feed everybody. Everybody loves rice-based dishes. It is one of the main bases of many dishes. Jambalaya is one of the most famous dishes in America. Originated where? In Africa. Okay, so don't eat no rice, don't eat no jambalaya, don't eat no don't drink no Coca-Cola, no watermelon. If we take the African diet out of America, they'll be over here eating cardboard and grilled rats or whatnot. You see what drinking their own pee. You see what I'm saying? That's what they'll be doing, because before, what were they eating in America before the African came here? Each other, okay? So look, so one of the things that we also introduced, again, watermelon that came from Africa. We bought the seeds with us. Okra, okay? Black eyed peas,